Welcome back. Well, substance use disorders and underlying trauma tend to go hand in hand, but Landmark Recovery of Las Vegas, the sponsors of this segment, are working hard to help those in the community who need addiction treatment. And here to tell us more is Teresa Sands. Teresa, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
This is a really important conversation, important things that you're doing in the community, but let's jump right into it. Let's talk a little bit about how substance abuse and trauma are really kind of intertwined.
Absolutely. So the substance use is, of course, a Band-Aid for some underlying condition, whether that's trauma, whether that is, past life of addiction, substance use, genetics. So substance use disorder is both a genetic disposition mixed in with an outside stressor. So something like trauma could trigger the substance use disorder.
So when someone comes into your treatment centers, maybe experiencing both, what is kind of the plan of attack for that? And does that kind of differ from other circumstances?
Well, Landmark is a dual diagnosis facility, as you mentioned. And the first thing that we're going to do with the client coming in the door is getting them acclimated, right? Making sure they feel comfortable, making sure their needs are met, and then aligning them with a therapist that meshes with them, that understands. Our therapists are wonderful. They understand the disease. They understand what it takes to get somebody to the other side, as well as the rest of the staff at Landmark.
And if someone is watching at home right now and thinking about themselves or a loved one and they want to help them get treatment, what are some tips or advice you have for them to just even get in the door?
That's such a loaded question, but honestly, the first thing to say to somebody who's suffering from this disease is that you're not alone. I myself am a person in long-term recovery. Many of the people that work at Landmark are also in long-term recovery, or they have strong recovery allies, people that they know, friends, family, that also suffer from this disease. The first thing is, of course, to be there for that person, not to shame them, to break the stigma. There's no shame in asking for help. And there's never going to be the right time to ask for help, right? It's always going to be my job or my kids. And that small window you have in order to take and put your health as a priority, it is just that, so small. And if you don't put yourself first and put your health first, what do you really have?
Yeah. Well, Teresa, thank you so much for opening up about this and your story. And I'm sure it's very rewarding to be able to help those now in need. And I just want to mention here that right here on 8 News Now, we have an opioid special running on April 29th from 8 to 9 p.m., followed by a live Facebook Q&A for any questions that you might have. So this will be very important for what every family needs to know about fentanyl. And it's just a really, really important conversation to have. So Teresa, thank you so much for being here, having this conversation with us, and all of the information on your screen right there. Thank you to Landmark Recovery of Las Vegas. If you want to give them a call at 725-217-9910 or visit landmarkrecovery.com. We'll be right back.